Good evening. We present the news summary. A UK court ordered the forfeiture of about £258,656 from an account linked to Mukesh Balabji, finding strong evidence that the funds came from criminal activity. The decision supports the case led by the Anti-Corruption Commission of Seychelles against Balabji and former First Lady Sarah Rene, who face multiple corruption and money laundering charges. It also sets an important precedent. Authorities can recover illicit funds even many years later once sufficient evidence is uncovered. The ACCS has welcomed the landmark judgment handed down on the 22nd of April 2026 by District Judge Sam Guze at the City of London Magistrates Court. In its meeting yesterday, the Cabinet of Ministers approved the implementation of a multi-year electricity tariff framework as the basis for a comprehensive electricity tariff reform in the country. Vice President Sébastien Pillet says that this new approach marks a key step towards a more transparent, predictable, and cost-reflective pricing system.
And this marks a key step towards ensuring that our provision around electricity tariff and ensuring sustainability becomes more connected with better information gathering and better preparation in relation to the strategies we want to take to ensure that as we bring around reforms across tariff structures, those reforms does not have an impact on in terms of affecting the ones who are most vulnerable and will continue and will require the support that has been provided currently. And that is why Cabinet has approved that this structure and the proposal to look into this is to be done over a period of time and then represented to Cabinet as to what measures will be taken going forward. The important thing here is to strengthen energy security, encourage our move towards renewable energy. This in line with what we've seen with current shocks happening in the Middle East, the impact that this may have on the cost of electricity going forward, should you have exacerbation of the cost as it relates to provision of electricity today.
The Cabinet has also approved a comprehensive action plan to strengthen Seychelles' public financial management system over the medium term. It has taken the decision following an assessment conducted last year on the public expenditure and financial accountability. The assessment was undertaken jointly by the World Bank and the African Development Bank.
We have seen with the PFA assessment that we have some strong and robust mechanisms that exist around the PFM Act, especially on certain internal control mechanisms that we have in place and expenditure controls. But however, we need to accentuate other elements, which includes public expenditure and budget execution, and to find ways of ensuring that we are more efficient in terms of budget execution. This will reduce the intention of having to create suspense accounts to hold money over for projects and relook at the absorption capacity of the country in relation to capital projects and ensure deliverability of the capital projects. Cabinet also looked at in that perspective in relation to the assessment in how you strengthen mechanisms to ensure internal controls, that is the internal audit mechanism that exists, but also oversight mechanism, external oversight mechanisms that comes through the National Assembly. Cabinet also approved the Tourism Action Plan 26-2030. It is a 5-year strategy framework which is supposed to strengthen competitiveness, sustainability in the tourism sector. It comes at a very fortunate moment. Fortunately, rather unfortunately also, we have the situation in the Gulf that has prompted us to be more proactive. And given this action plan now we need to look at how the implementation of the action plan will come in and what layers or strategies need to be put in place to ensure the implementation of that action plan. In that respect, we have seen strong collaboration and strong networking on the part of both the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry of Transport on both aspects, and both have been doing a fantastic job in trying to ensure connectivity to the country. And that means it complements what this action plan has had. So in fact, without looking at this action plan, the current government was able to put in place strategies that now can be incorporated as an overall master plan in how we bring about more diversification within the tourism sector, use the tourism sector to promote diversification across the other economic sector, but also ensure that we can revitalize and dynamize different aspects, not re-dynamize, because we already have a dynamic tourism industry, but how do we reorient it towards giving us a better competitive edge with our competitors in the region and ensure that we can keep growing the tourism sector in such a way that it remains sustainable, but at the same time that it provides more input to the economy.
A group of teachers enrolled in the Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood and Primary Education program have received their tickets to undertake an internship in Mauritius. The handover ceremony took place this week at the University of Seychelles. During their 3-week stay in Mauritius, the 35 teachers will have the opportunity to observe, co-teach, and co-manage classes. Vice Chancellor Joël Perrault at the University of Seychelles said the initiative will provide the teachers with valuable international exposure as part of their learning experience.
In an era where education transcends borders, it is imperative that our in-service and future teachers are equipped with international perspectives, intercultural competence, and a deep understanding of diverse learning environments. Our strategic plan 2022-2030 explicitly commits us to recalibrate the internship scheme to provide international exposures as part of the learning experience. This internship provides precisely such an opportunity, while also advancing our objective to ensure that 100% of local students have the opportunity to follow international internship exposure by 2030. This specific international internship in Mauritius is an experience that goes far beyond professional placement. It is an opportunity to immerse yourselves in a new educational context, to encounter different pedagogical approaches, and to grow as reflective, adaptive, and globally minded educators.
The Seychelles Nation newspaper unveiled the 50th anniversary logo of the newspaper, which will be on the newspaper for 1 year between the 29th June 2026 and 29th June 2027. The logo was designed in-house by the employees of the company NISA that publishes the newspaper Seychelles Nation. NISA Chief Executive Gerard Govinden says that the 50th anniversary has shown the progress of the journal, and it was time to look towards the future. For example, modernization. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, Barry Faure, met with the President of Turkmenistan during his first official visit to the Central Asian country. He conveyed the greetings of the Seychellois head of state and reaffirmed the importance that Seychelles attaches to strengthening its relationships with the country. Discussions focused on developing cooperation in areas of common interest such as trade, tourism, and cultural exchanges, as well as improving connectivity and people-to-people relations. And this was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.